Okay, I know I don't have the best sound. I'm not in the sound booth, but I'm back to show you some bits and pieces. And the first thing I want to show you is this. This is where I am, somewhere in there. And I guess that really bright purple stuff, that's pretty close to 50 degrees Celsius. And people are making scrambled egg and cooking steaks on bitumen roads in Australia. Okay, so come over and join us. It's very hot. All right, I thought I'd show you this. We'll just run the app. Oh, first of all, we've got to select that, and then we'll run the app. And there's the app, and we'll connect, and we're done with connection. Okay, so what have I done? And quite a bit of work, actually. Things look, I've got lots of, let me find something that's got something in it. There we go. Things have lots of colours and bits and pieces, and all this sort of stuff is all hooked up, and there are other things that I've done. For instance, up here, this top line, I've written my own navigation, database navigator. I did that because previously this little thing at the top here was connecting to the database through tbind source. And I'm writing a standard Windows app using the standard Delphi way, and there is a standard Delphi way to access the database. Then there is the other side of RAD Studio, and that is FireMonkey, which is for mobile devices and other bits and pieces. It's cross-platform stuff, and you have to use bind source to connect. Back in my world, the VCL, the standard method, and bind source don't really mix very well. In fact, there are issues. And so I wanted to get rid of it completely and just stick with the standard Delphi way, because it makes, I can clear up all the clutter and the mess and everything. So I did this, I wrote this myself. And it's got a couple of things like it's self-centering and all that. It looks the same. The layout's a little cleaner, etc. But basically, yeah, I had to go in there and do that. The other little thing was I'm using a third-party tool to do these grids, because you get nice, splashy-looking, clean stuff, and I can turn off various bits and pieces, and it makes it easier to introduce graphics, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Unfortunately, there's no budget for this. It has to support itself, this application, this open source thing. I can't spend money on it because it doesn't make money. So I had an old version of this tool. I think it was last compiled for 2009 Delphi. And so, but I've got the source code. So I went through it, and it didn't even have Unicode strings in it. So I had to go and do a lot of work to get it to actually run. But it's improved everything, even down to, these sessions here on the left of the screen. They're locked, and these are unlocked, and there's an icon here that shows you the week number, etc. Little things, and this is HMTL inside the grid cell. So it's a very useful tool. It means getting all these new additions that I've created on the database into the application supposedly should be easier, and it sort of has. But I had to do a lot of stuff to get it all to work. And most people would say, well, go and buy the latest version. And like I say, it's a no budget project. got no money for it, and it has to support itself. So, it's like everything, this GitHub site, even the Patreon site, they're all free. Everything's free. If it wasn't free, you would never have it. The only thing I have to pay for is the maintenance on the app, on this RAD Studio, which I built it in. And even that's hideously expensive, because there's a whole bunch of stuff out there which is free. But I didn't want to write in C. Or C# or whatever. I just wanted to play with Delphi because it's a good business application software, and it's clean and precise and all that. And it's, but I've had to do a lot of work to get around to it. So I have, I've got a lot of things hooked up, all working, and I'm going through it now, just attaching things, etc. But you might say, well, it looks very much like the previous version, and it is. And that's the whole intention. When you first start it, you're at home with that pretty simple interface that's easy to understand, and you have to opt in to get all the other features. And I just for the sort of the purpose of sort of giving you a little bit of a taste of what's coming up, is that in the event grid, there are these additional fields. Now this field, let's see, I think if I go down to, say, this one, maybe, is that better? No, I'm not going to see it. Okay, so in this additional field, there's things like the gender, yep. And now we don't need gender at a club night. A lot of clubs mix males and females. It's all based on time, and my application knows what gender's swimming in each race. It can count them, and it can display an X, M, or F if it had to. Yeah. Generally, if you want two 25-meter butterfly thingies, one male, one female, you just duplicate the line and then you put something in the description, and it gets posted everywhere. Everyone knows what's going on. Likewise, you don't need a round. It's always preliminary, and if you do create a final by using the events drop down, it will put it in the description, say what it is. So these are all redundant things you don't need for just running a swimming club. Categories is something else. It's putting, 10, say, 11 to 12's category of swimmers, male, female, etc. And you can build all these categories. There's Paralympics, and it has categories, and then also on the member side of things, you assign their disability codes, and depending on those codes dictates as to what categories they can swim, etc., etc. But you don't need it on a normal club night because you're not doing Paralympics. And there are more tools, more columns. And the idea is that all these columns, these extra columns, they're all switched off. You don't see them. You have to opt in to say what you want. So you can design, as it were, the stuff you want in the grid, and that means you can, if you have to do something professional, like a professional meet, then you can schedule a meet, and you can put multi-sessions in it, and you can display gender codes and rounds, etc., etc., etc. And you can print all that stuff out. In your schedule, you can even schedule the rally times. You can schedule the warm-up times, etc., lunch, meals, all that sort of stuff, drag and drop. And the database has all those tables for a full schedule package, etc. So, but I want a professional system, but I just want it to be for club nights. But if you want to turn the stuff on, you're going to have it in this version. Pretty soon I will have just the standard club configuration all running, and some of these other features I won't release in the first instance, because I will just add to it. And so there'll be a release of version 2. I'm a bit time critical at the moment because I'm doing some contract work, but it's coming. But we'll all have to be a little bit more patient with it, for it to come. But when it does, it's you're going to have so much more features, and you can switch clubs, blah blah blah, etc. etc. On it, there we go. When you switch a club, it initializes it, so it reverts back to the original thing, original session, etc. And you can group clubs, etc. You can export. You'll be able to export clubs material as in JSON, etc., and all that sort of stuff. And same with sessions. You'll be able to export as JSON or XLS. The members stuff all gets boosted up. There's more features in here, etc. Some of this stuff you've already seen, and reports. And then because there's so much going on, there's also going to be a stats package, which at the moment is not running, but we will continue. And there's going to be charts and graphs and pie charts, and it's going to be very interactive, etc. The report system will be different because there will be system reports, and there will also be user reports, and so you can build your own reports. So it's going to go one step further in that. Excuse me. So there's lots of things coming in the next version, and it's just a matter of time and as to how soon all that stuff turns up. But at the moment I'm contracted to do work up until March, and at the moment I can only find a bit of spare time, a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there. Whereas before, I would sit down 7 days a week and do 6 hours, and I can't find that time at the moment. So, but it's come along pretty good, and it's so much cleaner than what it was before. The code is, it makes a lot more sense. It's easier to follow things now, and to get in there and start. It's easier to make changes. Everything's a lot cleaner, etc. And as it gets bigger, this becomes important that gets done. So hang in there, and version 2 will pop up eventually. The other thing about it is, question is asked is, can I migrate from version 1 to version 2? And the answer is yes, there will be a change script for it. It will be late though, but there will be one, and because I would love to see everyone using version 2. It's so much more powerful. So I'm going to just keep it nice and short, but I'm still alive and I'm still working on it, and just hold in there, spread the word, and we'll see version 2 come up. And club nights will be fantastic, easy to manage, and so I'll catch up to you on the next blog. Cheers.